The San Francisco Giants win streak extends to 7 games as they get a 1-0 victory in extra innings versus the New York Mets. Another extra innings victory, guys, and oh my goodness, this was one of the most exciting games if you like pitchers duels, because Tyler Beede went toe-to-toe with former Cy Young Award winner from the National League, Jacob deGrom of the New York Mets. And oh my goodness, guys, Tyler Beede, wow, it was an impressive performance for Beede. He turned in probably his most impressive outing as a Giant. And, you know, it's really encouraging because when you look at his outing, he only allowed 1 walk, and he went 8 innings pitched, allowing 3 hits. And so Beede, when he would get into trouble, guys, it was his command. And so we've always known that Tyler Beede has the stuff to get big league hitters out. It's just a matter of, can he command his pitches? You know, can he locate his pitches? And tonight, guys, we saw him do that and more as he pitched deep into the game. And, you know, so encouraging as this young starting rotation for the Giants. You know, we've been seeing a lot of rookies come into the rotation with the likes of Sean Anderson, and then the Giants calling up Connor Menez to pitch against the New York Mets on the finale of this 4-game series. But Tyler Beede getting that job done, guys. And with the outing, he lowers his season ERA down to 4.70. So very impressive, and he had 5 strikeouts. So look for Tyler Beede to continue to build off this momentum of this start. And the Giants really needed a start like this because, you know, the offense, give credit to Jacob deGrom. You know, he held this, you know, Giants offense, which has been on an absolute tear of late. 14 hits in the first game of the series, and then in this one, Giants only had 3 hits in the game. And what's even more fascinating is, guys, the winning run, it came in the bottom of the 10th inning when Alex Dickerson was on first base and Pablo Sandoval came up to bat, and he put the ball in play, hit a fly ball that was going towards left field. And somehow, you know, Dominic Smith from the New York Mets, you know, he hasn't played a whole lot of outfield, mostly played first base. He fumbles the ball out there in the outfield, and it goes away from him. And Alex Dickerson hustling on the play, you know, Ron Wotus sends him home, and you know, the throw goes off the line, guys, and the winning run scores. Alex Dickerson scores, and the Giants come away with the victory, a 7-game win streak. And oh my goodness, guys, this is the most exciting time of year if you're a San Francisco Giants fan. They've been playing their best baseball of the season, and you start wondering, guys, this hot streak can go on and on deep into the summer. And, you know, one of the good memories that I have of the run that we had back in 2010, if you guys remember, the Giants were sitting at 40-39 around 4th of July or so back in 2010. And then they went on a mammoth run in July. They went like 20-8 or something like that in 2010. It absolutely pushed them into the playoff race, the National League West race especially. And you're starting to see the Giants go on a mammoth run in July in this month, and that is very encouraging. Because when you look at 2016, give you an example here, the Giants at the All-Star break were one of the best teams in baseball, but in the second half of 2016, they faltered in July and August and September. And so, you know, you're seeing the opposite of this in this season, and that is when you want to start building momentum, is deep into the summer, late into the season. And, you know, you're starting to see that with this Giants ball club, and it's so much fun to watch. So, guys, not too much going in the box score. Of course, 3 hits for the Giants. Kevin Pillar, he went 1 for 3. Hitting .249 on the season. And give huge credit to the Giants bullpen. They continue to get the job done. After the 8 innings from Tyler Beede, we saw Will Smitty come in. He pitched a nice clean inning, getting 2 strikeouts, lowering his season ERA now to 2.61. And then, of course, Sam Dyson putting the Giants in position to score that winning run in the bottom of the 10th as Sam Dyson pitched the top of the inning, going 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, and did not allow a hit or a walk. So really impressive outing for Dyson. He lowers his ERA to 2.68 on the season. Now, Jacob deGrom, guys, he went 7 innings in this outing, allowing 3 hits, 3 walks also, and did not allow a run, of course, struck out 10 Giants. So, again, the strikeout stuff was there for Jacob deGrom. And, again, if Tyler Beede doesn't do what he does tonight, this is a game the Giants probably don't come away with the victory because there was definitely no margin for error in terms of runs scored. And so a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. You love to win a game 1-0, and you win the game without a hit scoring the game-winning run. So really fascinating. I think the last time the Giants won a game in which, they didn't get an RBI or, didn't obviously not going to run with a hit, I think it was like 3, 4, or 5 years ago. So, this is a rare feat that you don't see very often. And when a team is riding a hot streak like the Giants have of late, these are the kind of victories that somehow in that clubhouse you pull away with. Because, this team definitely, a lot of emotion at following the 16-inning game. And for them to come back out, win this pitcher's duel. And not only that, but after winning the second game of this 4-game series, the Giants have now defeated Noah Syndergaard. And, essentially, even though they didn't defeat Jacob deGrom, nevertheless, they win the game in which Jacob deGrom starts. So now you're feeling amazing because you just knocked off 2 of the Mets' best starters and you came away with victories. Of course, you would have been happy even maybe to pull away with 1 victory when you're facing 2 top pitchers like Noah Syndergaard and Jacob deGrom. So guys, one of the biggest lessons to take out of the game tonight, and if you're a young baseball player, you can certainly learn a lot from Alex Dickerson, because in that bottom of the 10th inning, and now we're going to go into Alex Dickerson's mind sort of here in the situation he's in. Now you're at first base, there's 2 out, I believe was the scenario, and Pablo Sandoval hits this fly ball, and it looks like it's just going to be caught, and Alex Dickerson, he is hustling, 2 outs, putting his head down, running as hard as he can. And, usually when you respect the game of baseball will respect you. And that was what happened in this case, because if Dickerson is not hustling, after contact is made on that fly ball from Sandoval, more than likely the game-winning run does not score on that play, and we don't know what could happen after that in terms of how the game could have played out. But that is the biggest lesson, guys, to take, is that no matter what the situation is, you hit a ground ball, you hit a comebacker to the pitcher, as soon as you've made contact and you're running out of the box, put your head down, run as hard as you can, and you never know what can happen. You treat the game right, the game will treat you right. So, so exciting for this Giants ball club. And now let's look ahead to the future, to the San Francisco Giants' next game in the series, guys. Game 3 is going down on Saturday afternoon, and the Giants are going to send the Shark to the mound. Jeff Samardzija, he will be opposing Walker Lockett of the New York Mets, a 25-year-old right-handed pitcher. So this should be a very good matchup, an opportunity for the Giants to come away and win this series. Of course, a 4-game series, you win 3 out of 4, you can win the series. And so, it's going to be exciting. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. I very much appreciate all the feedback from you guys. I love to read your comments. I love to hear your excitement and how ecstatic you guys are about the San Francisco Giants. Again, so much fun watching this team. The offense is clicking up and down the lineup. You got depth on this team, something that we haven't seen in previous years. When guys take a day off, for example, in the past, if you gave a day off to maybe Crawford or Posey, that was maybe a day that you probably weren't going to win the game, if it was a getaway game or a day game after a night game. And so usually when you take your best hitters out of the lineup, it definitely has an effect on how that game is played. And now, when you look at the depth of this Giants ball club, now, of course, with the injury to Evan Longoria going down, Pablo Sandoval has been getting the majority of the playing time over at third base, and now he has been struggling. And so, I look for him to turn things around with Pablo there. But again, really encouraging to see this Giants depth. Even Stephen Vogt, he has been such a contributor to this team, not only with his bat, but also to the pitching staff and his game calling skills. As the Giants pitchers haven't missed a beat when Stephen Vogt is calling the game behind home plate. So, you got a good feeling there. And when Crawford or Panic takes a day off, you have a guy like Donovan Solano who can step in, give you good quality at bats there. And so, Bruce Bochy now is having a very good problem to have, and that is, you got so many guys that are just lining up at that bat rack, wanting to get a chance to swing the bat, and, this is only going to be good news and good things moving forward for the Giants. So guys, comment down below. I would love to hear your opinion and your perspective on all things San Francisco Giants. What are your guys' thoughts after the game today? And what do you guys think is going to happen at that July 31st trade deadline? Will Madison Bumgarner get traded, or should the Giants hold on to Bumgarner because, they are making a run at that National League wild card? I believe we're now 2.5 games out of the wild card, and, the Giants are making some noise here in Bochy's last year. It's extremely exciting. The Giants want to send him off on a high note, and how exciting would it be to be in the wild card game and pitch Madison Bumgarner and to see him try and work his postseason magic yet again for possibly maybe another World Series championship with Bruce Bochy and this core, to prove all the people out there that said, this Giants core of Bumgarner, Posey, Crawford, and Bell, all these guys that, you can argue that the team gave them friendly contracts because, Brandon Bell, obviously, I think he was signed for 5 years and $75 million, and same thing with Crawford, around that amount. Posey got the big deal. I think it was like a $150 million contract. Bumgarner, especially a friendly contract. He signed a 6-year, I think $36 million deal. Now, that was very early in his career, so, it's definitely nice to take some stability. If you're him at a young age, $36 million guaranteed, that's a good amount of money. Although Bumgarner, in what he's done, especially in the playoffs, Bumgarner has pitched like a $200 million pitcher. So, Bumgarner is certainly due his money, and those are all things to take into consideration with what is going to happen with this trade deadline, because if the Giants do hold on to Bumgarner, are they going to be able to pay him the money he deserves, and will they pay him that money? And of course, Farhan Zaidi, I do believe that, he will make the best decision for this team. And so there's so much to take into consideration. What are teams willing to offer the Giants for a Madison Bumgarner? Because if a team's going to offer, let's say, like a king's ransom or something, a huge amount of prospects and value, the Giants can't pass up a trade like that maybe, but it all depends. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. And until next time, I will see you again. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.